Good morning, Bear Valley. Come on in. Let's all stand together and begin our worship service together. From the highest throne to the earth below, you laid down your life for the likes of us. Great is the love of the Savior. From a wounded heart to a life made whole, every human heart will declare as one. Great is the love of the Savior. Lord of endless light, let your glory shine forever. All the earth will sing your praise. From the mountain heights to the valleys low, all created things given life to show. Jesus, we live for your glory. From the rising sun to the still of night, every waking moment to your delight. Jesus, we live for your glory. Lord of endless light, let your glory shine forever. All the earth will sing your praise. Hope of every heart, let your name be lifted higher. All our hearts will sing your praise. We'll sing, God be exalted. And God be exalted, God be exalted in everything. We live for your glory, live for your glory. Oh, God be exalted, God be exalted in everything. We live for your glory, live for your glory. Let's sing that one more time. God be exalted. Oh, God be exalted, God be exalted in everything. We live for your glory, live for your glory. The Lord of endless light, let your glory shine forever. All the earth will sing your praise. Hope of every heart, let your name be lifted higher. All our hearts will sing your praise.
All right, everyone, you may be seated. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Well, we've got a very exciting day here. We have Amy and Jerry here with us from Seattle. We're so thrilled that they were able to come. Now, we lined this up about a year ago, having no idea that COVID would be going on and it would be social distancing and watching online and all that sort of thing. But we're so excited to be here this day, and this day's finally come. We also have some special things because after the service, we have ice cream outside in the parking lot. So be sure and kind of get your body warmed up for that once that happens. Well, I tell you what, let's have a word of prayer, and then I'll introduce them. Our Father, we're so grateful for this day that you've given us because we recognize that every day is a gift from you. We also thank you, Lord, that you are here and that your presence is in my heart and in the heart of each person who is a believer in Jesus Christ. And together, when we come together, there's just something special that happens as the presence of God is in our midst. And so, Lord, we pray that this day would be a day in which we tune into your heart, a day in which we glorify you in all that we do. And in this service, as we talk about relationships, marriage, stuff like that, and laugh a lot, I pray, Lord, that you would speak to our hearts and help us understand how to relate to one another and to you and to life in general. This is our prayer. In Jesus' name, amen. And so we're so thrilled today to be able to have Barnes and Minor with us to share about relationships, to share about marriage, share about all this cool stuff. And they're going to come today and give us some tips on how we can have better relationships. And it might be a bit humorous in the process. So let's give them a big hand as they come.
Thank you. Good morning. How is everybody? Oh, good. Everybody say hello to Amy. Everybody say hello to Amy.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, that's so nice. Hi at home, everybody. Hope you...
I appreciate how evenly distributed they are this service.
Yes.
I feel like if we come to the first service, everyone sits there for some reason.
They wanted to get to the ice
I felt like
cream.
I was looking at, closer to the ice cream.
Closer to the ice cream, yeah, definitely.
Does anybody really have to warm your body up for ice cream? I feel like I'm always ready. I'm always in a state of ice cream readiness. I don't know. There's no warm up. There's no warm up necessary
That's right.
for me.
Well, we're here. It's our first time here. We're so glad to be here. Thanks for welcoming us into your church, the body of Christ. And like Pastor Lee said, we've been planning this for a long time. We had no idea the things that were going to take place between then and now. Oh, look at me. I was not me. I was not my loud booming voice.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that once the COVID pandemic hit, all things changed. And, there's all kinds of stages that started with COVID. I think the first stage for everybody when they heard there was a pandemic was, what? I was like, disbelief, right? And then the second stage was baking. Who did a lot of baking that first month? I think everybody just cookies and cakes, it's just. And then the third stage is Netflix, a lot of binge watching. And then the fourth stage is, okay, I'm done with this. Can we move on, please? Right?
We have a teenager who did a lot of baking as soon as it started. Were your grocery stores out of flour? What was that about?
Flour?
You know what I feel like happened? I feel like all of the keto people fell off the bandwagon when this started, right?
Yeah.
That's what happened to all the flour. There was this overcome with this feeling like we're never going to make it through this without carbs. And they bought the flour. It was all gone. Or yeast. Did you guys run out of yeast here? You couldn't get yeast in the grocery store. Who buys yeast? That's not even something you buy. That's something you discover in the back of a drawer, right? Like, you don't buy yeast. Yeah. I didn't even know where to find it at the grocery store, but it was gone. It was all gone, the yeast, right?
Yeah. And no one can figure out the toilet paper run. That was the strangest, craziest thing that people would go there
the one
first.
Thing.
Like,
it was the one
that's
thing.
The one thing that just panicked. Oh, I gotta have that. Okay, all right, calm down. And there was just people getting yelled at in parking lots of Costco for hoarding the toilet paper.
Our Costco ran out of meat.
Yeah.
They ran out of meat. The only thing they had at the Costco was party wings. Did that happen at your Costco? There's just nothing but refrigerators, endless sections of party wings.
There's why
did everybody think they were going to need chuck steak but not party wings? I feel like this is a time where maybe we could use a little party wing.
That's a suggestion.
We're watching a lot of TV. It seemed like a useful thing, the party wing.
It'd be nice to have some wings.
People went crazy fast. I feel you would think when something like this started, there'd be a slow roll to crazy. But it kind of happened overnight.
Yeah.
Right? I would, 2 days into the lockdown up in Seattle, I'd see my friends posting on social media, and they cut their bangs. They cut themselves bangs. That's early, right? You got to pace yourself in a pandemic, right? Then 2 weeks in, they're giving themselves perms and stuff. No.
Oh, that's weak.
We got to do this more slowly. But we, like all other married couples, we've been trapped in our house together for the last 6 months. Anybody else? You trapped with your spouse in your house for a really long time. Yeah. That's a new experience. That's something they don't prepare you for in the premarital counseling. To be trapped in the house together.
No, when you get married, you think, what a great thing, just to be in the house by ourselves for 6 months. That's like a newlywed kind of point of view.
Yeah.
But it's not a pandemic point of view. It's a totally different point of view. But we are married. Applaud if you're married. Married
Where's
people
our married
applaud.
couples at?
Oh, yeah. Welcome. All right, good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We are married. We are Barnes and Minor, but we are married. We just have different last names.
We have different last names,
Yeah.
yeah. We also have different first names,
Yeah.
in case you didn't know.
Nobody-
Nobody thinks that's a big deal, right?
No.
Yeah. I have a hyphen. Does anybody have a hyphen in their name? Who's got a hyphen in their name?
Anybody at home? Hyphens at home?
Hyphens. Yeah. You have a hyphen in your name. It's a good solution, right? You take his name, you keep your name. Everybody wins, right? That's right. That's right, she says.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think there's any commitment in the hyphen. You know, it's like I'm married, but not completely. This is my husband, but not for long. And the hyphen is a minus sign. And you want to bring math into it, make it a plus sign, something or greater than or equal to. That'd be a good thing to have in your signature.
We've been married for almost 18 years, or we're coming up on our
Yeah.
18th anniversary here in a couple
Who knew?
of weeks. I know. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Anybody been married here a really long time? Like you, I'm sure there's some people that have been married a lot longer than us. How long have you been married? 40 years she's been married right there.
Right here?
How about you?
43.
Oh, back there.
49.
49 years. Is that the longest? Is that the longest in here? 49 years. How
All right,
about that?
congratulations.
That's fantastic, right?
Congratulations.
That's amazing, yeah.
You guys win the car. And it's Pastor Lee's car. Hello. So that worked out good.
What are your names? Say that again. Johnny and Taylor? Karen. Oh, I got it. Okay, I'm sorry. Johnny and Karen. What's the secret to 49 years of marriage?
He was gone a lot.
He was gone a lot.
You know.
It's about the equivalent of 8 or 9 years we've been together.
Right, right. That's 49 in dog years.
I
but
love it, I
actually,
love it.
Just 7.
That's one I've never heard. That's when
Yeah.
he was in the military.
That's good. That's good.
fantastic. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. That's a marriage, though.
That is a
49
marriage
years,
right there.
49 years, yeah.
You know, anybody can get married when you think about it. Anybody can, you know, stand up in front of your pastor and your friends and your family and say the words, but it's not a marriage, you know?
Yeah, that's something you build.
You build.
Marriage, right? You earn it.
You earn it.
For time. And there's stuff that happens along the way,
Stuff
right? That
happens.
lets you know you're not just married. You
Yeah.
actually have a marriage. Let me give you an example.
Right.
Ladies, let's say you go shopping. You bring home everything you buy, and you show it to your husband. That's not a marriage.
No.
If you bring home what you buy, you sneak it in the house. You hide it under the sink with the cleaning supplies because you're pretty sure he's not going to find it there. Just so you can pull it out 3 months later, and you're not lying when you say, "What, this? It's not new." That's a marriage, right? That's
Okay.
how we define it. You
So,
have a marriage at that point,
that's
right?
how it goes. Like fellas, let's say it's a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, Valentine's Day, and you're writing a card to your wife, but so much is coming out. You fill up the whole card, but you're not done. So what do? You make an arrow, you flip the card over, you
Right.
start writing on the back, you're still not done, you make another arrow, you write on the envelope. Don't do that. Don't monkey it up.
No.
That is not a marriage.
No.
Okay? If you let what the card company pre-prints on the card speak on your behalf,
Yeah.
and you just sign the bottom, that's a marriage. Don't get involved. That's their business. Let them do what they do.
They know what they're doing. They know
Now
what
I
they're
don't even
doing.
buy her cards. Now I just take her to the store. Read that one. That's funny. That's a funny card right there. Save yourself $8.
Cards are expensive, right? Cards are expensive, yeah. All right, ladies. It's getting close to Christmas time.
It is.
right? So let's say your husband has planned ahead for Christmas. Spent the whole year listening to you. He knows the perfect gift to buy you, and that's what's wrapped up underneath the tree. That's not a marriage. If you bought your own Christmas present, you wrap that up, put it under the tree, and he was the only person surprised on Christmas morning, that's a marriage. That's a marriage.
I am so generous.
Very generous.
Ladies, raise your hand if you bought your own gift. Who bought their own
Bought
gift?
your own Christmas tree.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
yeah.
Yeah, you did. That's
It's
right.
not a stereotype. It actually happens.
That's the way it works.
All right, let's say it's raining outside. Does it rain a lot out here? Rain a lot here? Get a lot of rain?
In Dallas, yeah, you
Yeah.
get the torrential rain. No, you said no, Pastor? It doesn't rain
No,
very much?
not at all. Well, let's just say, for this joke, it's raining a lot. and you let your wife hang out where it's dry under an awning, and you run out to the car, you get the car and you pull it up so she can get in without getting wet. That's not a marriage.
No.
If you race her to the car and then play the unlock the door game, that's a marriage. It's always funny, trust me. It's funny.
I was once driving from Waco to Dallas late at night in a rainstorm and got the message on my phone, the emergency alert. And it said, get to high ground. And I'm like, it's Texas. Where's high?
She was texting me that what was going on. I'm like, well, we'll be here if you need us.
That was a new
wasn't with
experience.
them,
That was a new experience for me. All right, ladies. Let's say you send your husband to the grocery store for one thing, and he comes home with that one thing. It's not a marriage, right?
It's a miracle. Seriously.
Let's say you send him to the grocery store for cornstarch,
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
and he comes home with corn on the cob, canned corn, creamed corn. Corn bread, corn flour, corn syrup, corn oil, popcorn, kettle corn, corn flakes, Cornish game hens, Corning ware, and corn remover. But no cornstarch. That's a marriage. And a true story.
Let's not
Actually
get bogged down in
happened.
facts.
That actually happened, yeah.
So we have been married for almost 18 years, and we decided last year to start giving back to marriage. So I think it's important.
Right.
Give
We,
back
just
to
don't,
marriage.
we don't want to just keep taking from
because
marriage. Yeah.
marriage is getting a bad rap in this country.
Yeah.
You know, the kids don't want to get married.
That's what they say. They did some research. They said kids don't want to get married anymore.
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so we want to rebrand marriage, make
right.
it fun again. You guys with us?
Yeah. We're bringing marriage back.
Huh? That is
maybe
a
just us
groundswell of
and that
apathy.
lady.
Thank you for
Yeah,
participating. We want to make marriage fun.
There's so many great things about marriage.
So many great things, but it's right there in the ceremony.
Yes, it is.
For richer or poor.
Bring it on, right?
Yeah.
That could go either way.
Yeah.
You don't know. There's still time.
There's still time.
Powerball. You know, stuff could happen.
That's right. In sickness and in health.
It's an element of risk in your marriage, right? Some danger.
Danger.
Some danger. You know what's going to happen. It's an adventure.
No idea.
Adventure. It's
You need to get some
rolling the
shots.
dice.
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know.
Till death do us part.
That's the best part. Right?
Someone has to die.
That's right.
Come on. That is so
That's right.
exciting. If
Yeah.
you're going to be in marriage, you got to be in it to win it.
That's right.
Let's face it. I mean, you got to be all the way.
Yeah.
I mean, marriage is your golden ticket to a cage match for life.
Yeah.
That is two people going in, one coming out.
Just
That's exciting.
Hey, think about it. If you tap out and you leave early, you just get half. You stick it out, it's all yours. You don't need a prenup.
No.
You need a personal trainer.
Right.
Get in shape. Outlast them.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
That's your plan. So we decided to give something back this year,
Yes,
the
we're
last
giving
year.
back, we're giving
So we
back.
decided to start counseling other couples. And at first, people were reluctant because we had no credentials and didn't have an office.
No. Just doing it on the street.
But
side
that
of the street.
did not deter us. And so we decided to start counseling. And I can honestly say, in the last 12 months, well, 14 months, in the last 14 months, we have probably saved hundreds of marriages. Hundreds.
That's probably an exaggeration. I think
Okay. Dozens of marriages. We have saved dozens of marriages.
it was probably just one.
Okay,
It was
one marriage.
It was one. It was ours. It was ours. We save, yeah.
It's true. You know,
Yeah.
you think about it. If you sit across the table from a couple who has actual problems, yours don't seem so bad, you know?
It's all about perspective, people.
It really
it's all
is.
about perspective.
You know, you
Yeah.
can be a good listener. Wow, that is a crazy story. We don't know how you made it this far. That is
Yeah.
amazing.
We have no idea what you're going to
No.
do about that. But,
But
wow,
we-
we feel really good about this right now. So
Yes.
thank you. I
are-
feel like we should be paying you.
We should.
If that was a thing.
Validate your parking at least.
Oh, nobody lets us do that.
No, they
wouldn't
wouldn't.
let us
We're
counsel
comedians.
anybody. No.
Comedians make things funny, and that
Yeah,
would
yeah,
ruin
yeah. But we
the-
got tips. I mean, we've been married almost 18 years. We picked some stuff up.
Yeah.
right? Anybody who's been married fewer years than us, less than 18
Less
years.
than 18. Oh,
Right
how many
here.
back there? 17. What about right here in the front? 13.
13. How about over here? 13 years. All right. I like that you knew so confidently. He said that and he nodded. He didn't even have to look at his wife when he said
He
that.
didn't even, he didn't do the
was like,
husband look.
13.
The husband look is, you hear a question, you go,
Right.
you take a
Just to
moment
check.
think, and then
Check
you
with
deliver.
her
That
and
was
then
good.
answer. You
That
didn't
was
even do that. It
strong.
was so confident. I love that. Yeah.
Yep.
But I feel like we could give some tips, you know,
I
18
agree.
year tips, things we've picked up, not maybe as profound as, 49-year tips.
No, 49-year
But
tips
18
are,
years,
those are in
we
gold.
got a few things. Like get a GPS,
There you
right? You
go.
got a GPS?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I think it saved our marriage.
I agree, yeah.
Because now there's some other lady in the car nagging him, right? It's not just me anymore, right?
Yeah. Driving can be
GPS
stressful.
lady. Mhm.
And have you noticed the GPS lady? She is realistic.
Yeah.
One time I actually heard this. You have to be really lost to get a deep sigh from the
Yeah.
GPS lady.
Yeah.
Here's one. This is a simple one.
Okay.
Always put your wife first.
Oh, that's good
Would you
advice,
guys agree
right?
with that,
That's
gentlemen?
really good advice.
It's chivalry. It's
That'd solve
politeness.
a lot of
Always, like, simple things like you're entering a room, open the door, let her walk in first.
Right,
Let her be
right.
first. Or maybe you're out to dinner, let her order first. Relax. She'll get your food. Calm down.
Mm-hmm.
Let her order first. It's polite. Or maybe you're on vacation and you're walking late at night back to your hotel and you cut down a dark alley. Let her go first. That's polite.
Like that took a nasty turn, right?
It's chivalry.
We did the premarital counseling before we got married. I know a lot of you have. It's so useful. You learn a lot of stuff in
You really
premarital
do.
counseling, but there's just not enough time there to cover anything. I feel like there were some things, some significant things that were maybe missed. I wish somebody would have told us before we got married that before you make that decision, you should know if you are side of the bed compatible.
Yes.
Because you're going to pick that on your wedding night, and then you're going to die there. Like, hopefully not that night,
Yeah, okay.
right? But at some point.
You got to
at some
follow
point.
that up quicker.
You feel like I need to say that faster?
There's a break there.
They
like,
seemed
what?
they were concerned, like
they
maybe
were-
you asked someone
you took
actually.
Yeah. Okay.
But two left-siders can't get married,
No,
right?
they can't.
You can't. What are you going to do? Sleep head to toe for the rest of your life?
That doesn't work out.
Oh, that's not going to work out.
doesn't work out with
You gotta
common
be
core
the
man.
first one. You be the first one to the honeymoon suite. Get your side. Hunker down.
Get your spot.
You can't switch.
You can't switch sides.
No, you can't
Any
switch.
switchers in here? Anybody switch sides? Who switched sides?
49 years, they switched sides.
Really?
Karen, why did you switch sides? He just,
He just lets you do
he
what you
just
want?
lets her do what she wants.
And you just graze back and forth?
Sir, you should write a book. A book on marriage just called Just Let Her Do What She Wants.
Right.
I would buy that book for
Yeah.
him.
Chapter 1,
That
The
is-
Switch.
Wow, that's amazing. So how many times do you think you do that like, in a year, switch sides? How often do you change the furniture around? Do you try to confuse? He was in the military, so is this like every time he came home, you want to confuse him?
Wow.
Oh, every time you move to a new place because he's in the military, you change the furniture and then you switch sides and you have to be closest to the bathroom?
All right.
I always thought that was a funny way to choose a side of the bed, by being closest to the bathroom. Do you have to go that badly that those extra 2 or 3 steps are going to, you're not going to make it? Yeah,
Our kids are like that.
yeah,
They do the potty dance,
yeah.
That's the thing. Well,
That's
see,
interesting.
that's
Thanks for
great.
sharing that with us. Yes,
See, switching.
yeah. Who knew?
Here's another tip. Let the little things go. If you leave here this morning and at home, if you're writing this down, if you leave here with anything, it's let the little things go. Would you agree?
Yeah. Isn't
you
that good
can't-
advice?
you
can't
can't
hang
hold
on,
on to stuff.
You don't want to be grudge holders, right? We got to be forgivers in marriage, right? We got to forgive. We got to forgive each other.
Forgive. Hashtag no grudges. There you go.
Okay.
Let's say, fellas, hypothetically, let's say your wife, and we'll use mine as an example. Let's
I'll be
say,
the example.
Let's just say your
Okay,
wife,
yeah.
my wife. Let's say your wife throws away your singing bass. Remember the singing fish?
Yeah,
They're gone. They're extinct.
they're extinct. Yeah,
No one has them anymore. They
I
went
mean-
from the store to the garage sale to the trash.
that's right. Yeah.
Once that fish is gone, you got to let it go. You're not getting it back. Let it go. Move on.
That's right. All right, if we're going to bring up the fish.
Well, it was important. It was a good. It sang
say,
songs.
let's say hypothetically speaking,
Okay.
that your husband were to return your wedding DVD to Netflix. Let it go. They won't send it back. I called. It's gone.
You know, I said I was sorry about that.
He did.
In
He
the
did,
spirit of letting it go, you keep bringing it up.
It's a process, every day.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta.
it go.
Sometimes you gotta look on the bright. You gotta make lemonade. Sometimes you just have to make lemonade.
Okay,
Think about
how do
it.
I do that?
Well, you can watch The Incredibles
Mm-hmm.
anytime you want. You own that now.
I own it. That's true. That's
Where's my super suit?
that did replace the wedding DVD. Yes. The Incredibles.
And let's say, fellas, unbeknownst to you, when you get married, your wife has one of those little yippy dogs. Let it go. Open the door, set it free.
You are terrible. I love that little dog.
She really
He told me
did.
that dog ran away. That's what he told me.
Well, not at first, but after the fourth time, he took the hint. Because dogs are smart. They do. They learn quickly. You give them a little treat.
My
Well,
parents, they celebrated their 51st wedding anniversary this year.
Yeah,
We're so proud of them,
51
right?
years.
We live near my parents because they, free babysitting. You know how that goes. And we love them, but also the babysitting.
Yeah.
But they've been married 51 years. And they're the kind of married couple where they give you a lot of unsolicited marriage advice. You have
Yeah.
those people in your life, they just have a lot of things to tell you about marriage. And you have to kind of weed through it, I feel like.
Right.
Don't you think, for the gems, to pick out
I
the
think
gems?
so, yeah.
I mean, because they've made it work for that long, but, So,
It's-
so this year, my mom said to me, honey, I want to tell you our secret.
Yes.
Every year for our anniversary, I will drive your dad through the low-income housing projects so I can remind him where he'd be if he ever left me. They're like that, the two. They are never splitting up. That's what
That is so beautiful.
he loves his boat.
That is
He's not going anywhere.
That is a beautiful,
51
beautiful
years.
thing.
51 years, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's really strong. My parents, they didn't quite make it that long, but my dad, growing up, my dad played professional basketball, so we were always moving around. And what was great about my dad is he never let it go to his head.
Yeah.
He was always we were in the NBA culture. Never around the house to us, he was always just dad. You know what I mean? Of course, to the rest of the country, he was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So.
I don't think that's true.
It's not true.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah. So can anyone tell us the number one reason that a marriage might fail? The number one reason? Yell it out. Money. Yes, money.
Wait, somebody said something else. Communication. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, communication. That's
Yeah,
number two.
That's number two. We'll go. Yeah.
Money's number one.
Make a note of that. We'll get to that one.
Okay.
Money. Yeah, money. That's
Money.
the number one reason, yeah. It's never because you have too much, right?
Right?
That's not ever the problem, is it?
You
No.
never hear those stories. You
No.
never hear those stories. Hey, man, why did you guys get divorced? Well, if I can be honest with you, I just kept coming home and tripping over bags of money. Almost broke my neck.
I couldn't spend it fast enough.
She
I
couldn't?
tried, but I couldn't, yeah.
We thought it best
And
to
then-
part. Yeah.
There should be one person in every household who's good with money. If that's you, raise your hand.
Who's good with money? Good with money?
Who's good with money? Well,
No one
lots
here.
of
Oh,
lots
there
of
you go, buddy.
yeah.
You can throw that paw up there.
I
Get
like
it up
how
there.
honest this couple is right here. Like, she actually raised his hand. She was like, it's not going to be me.
Right.
It's him.
Hey, the drummer, you're good with money? No, I thought your hand went up. I'm sorry.
Oh, you were raising her hand,
Oh, I
too.
got it,
Yeah,
got it,
like-
got it. I like that you had it's like the COVID drum kit back there. They got y'all.
I know. You have a...
Next week they'll have the singer in a hamster ball and the bass player in a piñata. Just enclose everybody.
Yeah, I feel like that was the first, like, all drummers are safe to go back to work.
Yeah.
Because of that, yeah.
Drummers have always been safe. They are the safest of the musicians.
Well, don't feel bad if you couldn't raise your hand for that. Like,
Right.
neither one of us can raise our hand if we're
No.
being honest about that. We are really bad with money.
We are.
Like, we are like Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, bad with money. You know what I mean? Like, that's the level of it.
Yeah. It's horrible.
So we decided to do something about it this year, and we signed up for the Financial Peace University. Yeah,
Yeah,
lots of
yeah.
who's done that?
Who's
Who's
done
done
Financial
Financial
Peace?
Peace?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you did it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually our second time doing it.
It's number two.
Well, the first time we paid with a credit card.
That is frowned upon.
That is the first thing they tell you to
Frowned
do. Cut up your
You
credit
got to
cards.
cut up your credit
That's
cards.
the first thing you're supposed to do.
Cut them up. We did it. We cut them up into little tiny pieces.
We did.
It turns out you can't use them.
No.
Did you know that? You can't. So we had to like glue them back together. That was a long jigsaw
And they won't
puzzle
take
kinda
them out the
day.
store.
No,
They'll call security. So you
really
just-
look at you suspiciously when you bring a glued together credit card
Yeah,
back to the store. Yeah.
That's a red flag, so
Yeah.
don't do it. So they say cut up your credit cards and then put money away. Put $1,000 cash away in an emergency fund. That's
Yeah.
the second thing. Put $1,000 away.
Yeah.
So we did it. We put it away
Yeah, then we had our first emergency.
immediately.
A weekend in Vegas. That was a really good
That was
weekend,
a good weekend, though.
We had a good time that weekend.
Oh yeah, we're like, oh, this is for the kids' college fund. Oh, community college. That's a shame.
It's all right. Our kids aren't that smart.
Yeah.
They're not going to need that money.
Kind of hoping
No,
that
so-
we were gonna, really.
Yeah.
So we did it.
We had to make a budget. That was what they make
Yeah.
you do. You have to make a budget. And
Yeah.
you've done financial peace. You remember making your budget.
Yeah.
What was the hardest thing that you had to cut out or cut back on in
Yeah.
your budget? Entertainment?
Yeah.
Like what kind of what were you entertaining yourselves with that was really expensive? Oh, going out to eat.
Going out to
and
eat.
Yeah. Us too. We're eating at home a lot more often.
We are,
right?
yeah.
I mean, not our home.
No.
Like other people. Other people's
We
homes.
show up at the neighbor's house about 5:30 with kids and forks. They
They
can't turn you away.
They
It's
won't
not
turn you
Christian.
away,
They
no.
can't. They
You
have
gotta,
to.
If you got a fork.
They got to share that Costco chicken with you. They gotta give it to you, right?
Yeah, if you got a fork, yeah. We got rid of cable TV. Anybody else? You cut your cable? You don't
Anybody
have
cut the
cable
cord?
TV anymore?
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Was it
lots of-
hard? Yeah.
It was hard for you.
It's-
What do you miss on the cable? What are you missing? Football.
Yeah.
Yeah, ESPN.
And it can be a little addicting TV. You just, people call that binge watching. That's just another way. That's just, that's like saying a used car is previously owned. It's binge watching. It's still an addiction. You're like, I gotta
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
everything. I gotta watch every episode of NCIS, and I'm not coming back for a week because there's,
Right.
how many
yeah.
hours.
So we got rid of our cable, and we
Yeah.
thought we would talk more to each
We
other.
did.
Like we would just be
More time
talking
talking.
more to each other. That's not what happened.
No,
Now we just go to bed at 7:30.
Yeah.
Stare at the ceiling.
Just lay in bed. Like,
Remember that show we used to watch?
That was a
right
good
now?
show. Yeah. Remember that one after it?
That was really
That's
yeah.
good too.
The
yeah.
trouble is that men and women, we spend money on different things, right?
Yes.
We have different priorities when it comes to money.
Yes.
So we have money come in. We both have spent it on something different,
Right.
right?
Well, yeah. First, there's the impulse buy, right?
Sure.
The impulse buy. You have money. I mean, impulse buys are the worst. I'm reminded of that every year when I walk out to the backyard to feed our camel because it was one of those nativity days, and I just bought it at
It was a good
gift
deal.
shop.
It was
gift
a good
shop
deal.
camel.
It was probably 50%
He's
off.
not happy
Right.
either. Just so
Day
you
after
know.
Christmas, 50% off.
But we do spend money on different things. Like, for instance, whenever Amy goes to the hair salon, it's always like $150, right? And I'm not complaining. It looks great, but you should go to my guy. $6. Try
For him, it's $6. They charge him $1 a hair to cut that. This would cost a fortune. A fortune.
Can't believe you guys laughed at that. That is so mean. Maybe after the service we can all go out and kick a fat kid. Let's do something else mean. Wow.
I feel like that's a stretch from
Okay,
the bald
maybe
joke
I
to the
jumped. I'm a
kid
little
joke. You
sensitive.
went really far.
I just, people always ask me stuff about, wow, they try to make me feel better, like I feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about it. They always, hey, think of all the money you're saving now that you're not using hair care products. Has anybody ever bragged about that? Has anybody ever said, hey, we just bought a lake house. That's bald money over there. Yeah.
That's shampoo and conditioner money.
Yeah. You're not saving that much money, so stop
No.
trying to make me feel better. Hey, you could. And they always buy me hats for Christmas. I've got 97 hats. Stop buying me hats. I don't need a hat. I'm good.
We did just get you a hat for your
You just
birthday. We got him a hat for his birthday.
Got me
It was-
another hat. And
Sorry
oh,
about
just what I wanted a brown one. I have just like the green one and the blue one and the black one and the other ones. I'm kidding. I love hats.
He
Hats are
loves
nice.
that. He does love hats.
Hats are good.
Well, Jerry would tell you that his weakness is books.
Oh,
right?
I love
We all
books.
have our weakness when it comes to
love
money,
books.
and his weakness is books.
Oh yeah, I love the
Anybody
smell
else?
of
That's
them.
your weakness. You love the books.
Yeah, I love the smell of books. You open them up and you smell them, and it smells like smart stuff. Love words.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
Love it.
I don't know what it is. Like he goes into a bookstore, he can't leave without an armful of brand new books.
It's true.
Every time he
It's
goes.
true. Don't get me on Amazon. I'll keep.
I don't know
ordering.
if it's the pictures on the front of the books that he
Oh,
likes so
yeah.
much.
I love a good picture. You put a nice picture on the cover, I'll buy it. I don't care what it is. I'll buy it. I love a good picture of a book.
He brings them home, never reads them.
Oh, I hate reading. Can't stand it. Oh, yeah. What a waste of time. I don't know how you people do it. It's so boring. I always thought they meant when you go home and curl up with a good book, you literally just, oh, it's a good smelling book. Oh, bookie. Bookie, bookie, bookie.
Our kids turned out to be the most expensive line item on our budget. Anybody else you didn't know that before you had them, how much they were going to cost?
Kids are so, no one tells you
They're
that.
expensive every day. It's something.
Oh, every day it's something else. We're hungry. What? Wait,
Didn't we feed them yesterday?
is this
I feel
going to
like
be
we
a
fed them
daily thing with
yesterday.
you? And we got little kids. Who's got little kids? Like little, oh yeah, how old are your kids?
You want to share over here too? Who said?
4, 6, and 12. And over here? Now you're just hogging.
That's a lot of kids. That's
a
a
lot.
wide range. I like it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got babysitters built in.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it.
Good names. What are your kids' names? See, those are good
I
names.
like that he remembered them all.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, he didn't even have to
have to
look at his
look.
wife. He just said it like he knew them, like they were his kid. Like
Those are great, solid. You ever meet people who try too hard to name their kids? You know, they put a vowel and a consonant together to have no business being in the same word. They tell, this is our son. What? And his sister. Or they get the baby name book.
Yeah.
200,000 baby names. They always pick the most obscure name.
Yeah.
Just so they have to explain it to you. It's kind of pretentious, isn't it? This is our son, Adonijah. Oh, boy. It means son of the living God. I don't care. I'm not doing a crossword. This is our son, Bob.
Bob.
It means boy of dad.
That's right. That's all it is. Our kids go on the road with us a lot, and
They
when we're
do.
traveling on the road, we have to eat out every meal, right? And it gets really expensive when you're taking your kids to eat out every single meal, especially
yeah.
because we have a daughter who orders off a menu like she has an expense account.
Oh, yeah, it's insane.
You have that kid, she'll look down a menu and say, I think I'm going to start with. Start with? You can't even finish a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Doing?
You're going to start with water.
Yes.
You're going to finish with what's left on my plate.
Mm-hmm.
Have some butter. We'll call it an appetizer. There you go. Eat up. Eat up.
She says, Daddy, what's catch of the day? So that's chicken nuggets. Enjoy. Enjoy those chicken nuggets.
So our kids wanted a dog.
Yeah.
They were really lobbying hard for the dog at the beginning of this. How many of you have a dog? Oh, everybody's got a dog.
What kind of dog do you have over here in the corner?
Oh, that's
yeah.
a nice dog.
A lot
Yeah,
of
that's a
energy
pretty.
there.
Yeah, and it started out, we thought we would go to this little pet store near our house and tell the lady that owned it there a little bit about our family,
Ourselves.
right?
Yes.
And then she would let us know what kind of dog she thought we should have.
She would match us up.
So we went and told her. We told her all about our family, and we were like, "What do you think we should get?" And she said, "I think the perfect dog for you is a hamster."
Yeah. We started out with a hamster. That didn't work out well.
It's a good pet, but it's 1 to 3 years, low commitment, right? It's the low commitment level. They hide food. Do you know that hamsters hide their food away? They store it up. So, like, let's say a week or two goes by, you forget you have a hamster. They're gonna be okay.
They're covered.
They're gonna be okay. Like they got a little something put away for that rainy day.
Yeah.
But we graduated from the hamster, and we ended up getting the dog.
Yeah.
We got him a dog.
And we had to find a dog that was hypoallergenic because our son has allergies. So it's sort of limited the dog playing field. We ended up getting a poodle. Anybody own a poodle in here? Poodle owners? No?
No poodle.
I like the big American Standard poodle, the ones that always win the dog shows. Did you know those are hunting dogs? Hunting poodles. Come on, that's awesome. You got to be pretty secure in your masculinity to bring a poodle hunting. Don't you think? Just show up with a sweater tied around your neck. Come on, fuzzball. Let's go do some shooting. Put on some camo. Get some clips. Get on out there.
Because that's what hunting looks like. Just like that.
Remember a few years ago, Dick Cheney shot that guy? The guy brought a poodle out there. You just don't do it. So we didn't know.
We were starting to look into it. Our neighbor got the most adorable little dog.
Yeah.
Made the kids really jealous.
Yeah, he adopted the dog.
He adopted a dog. That's what he says.
So
He
he said,
adopted.
where'd you get the dog? He goes, I adopted it.
Adopted.
So I'm sorry, I thought it was your biological dog.
He looks so much alike.
Yeah, they do. He's
right? He's got your eyes, I feel like. Yeah. No, it's not yours. No.
The hardest part about adopting a dog is sometime later you're going to have to tell them they're adopted. How do you break
That
that
can be really
to 'em?
traumatic for a dog, I feel like. Yeah.
Or you ever hear this one? This is the one that drives me crazy. Where'd you get that dog? Oh, we rescued him. What? We rescued him from the dog he rescued. What are you, a Navy SEAL? You just can't be a dog owner now. You got to be a hero with a hero story. We rescued the dog. It's an adventure.
I think if you're going to say you rescued a dog,
Right?
you should actually have to perform a rescue.
Yes.
Like be dangling from a helicopter over a raging river and pluck that dog to safety.
Yeah.
To say you rescued the dog.
I agree.
You can't say you rescued a dog just because you drove your BMW to the bad part of town.
Yeah.
Just to see if they had a purebred over there. It's not a rescue.
No.
It's a pickup. You picked up your dog.
If you valet parked, it's not a
That's
rescue.
not a
It's
rescue. That's not a
pretty
rescue.
simple
no.
right there, you know. You know.
Yeah.
It's just different now. Here's how we got a dog when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Completely different. Things have changed. All right. The neighbor's Great Dane got out, found the other neighbor's dachshund,
Yeah.
and then a few months later in front of the grocery store was a box full of great dachshunds. That's what we had. Awesome dog. 5 inches high. 7 feet long. My grandpa had cataracts. He thought we had a gator. We never told him. Why would we tell him? Too much fun.
Well, one of the great things that you guys are going to get an opportunity to do after this service is sign up for a small group.
Yes. Sign
That's
up.
so exciting that you guys have. How many of you are already in a small group? Lots of you guys are in a
yeah,
small
yeah.
group. We love, Jerry and I love small groups. We've been in small groups for almost the entirety of our marriage. It's probably one of the greatest things we ever did for our marriage and for our family was to be in a group of people that were there to encourage us to do what God wanted us to do in our family and for us to do the same for them, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it really has lifted us up in so many circumstances in our family to
In ways
be
you
in
wouldn't
that
even know.
room. In ways you wouldn't even know or would know.
Right. Ways you would know or not know.
Would know or not know.
Different things.
A lot of married people think, you know, I don't need to be in a small group. I'm married. That's a small
Small
group.
group.
So maybe like a medium-sized group. Let's call it medium-sized group. You might want to get
medium
into
up,
like a
medium up,
yeah.
you know.
But we think that everybody should be in a small group, if for no other reason than someday you're going to move,
Yeah.
and that is 12 people who are obligated to help you.
Oh, they have to show up.
They have to come. They
They
cannot
do.
come,
They-
right? We've moved 3 times
Yes.
since we started our small group. Once just to see if they would show up. We were like, we're just kidding. We're not even moving
come on,
again.
take it off the truck. We're,
We're
not
not
going
even
anywhere.
moving again. We
Come
just
on.
wanted to see how
Take it off.
committed
we got
you
pizzas
all-
ordered. Who needs a hug?
You
Come
all
on
were
now.
to this, right?
Yeah. And I think people are just reluctant to join because it's unknown to them,
Yeah.
being a part of a group of people you don't know.
It can
And
be
so-
scary
and
when
there's
you
so-
don't know the people. Yeah.
There's so many excuses. We've heard them all. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Oh, I can't go that day. Okay. Or, that time doesn't work for me. All right. And if that, we just bought a goat. What? Why did that come in?
That
here?
actually was something we heard
Yeah,
one
we
time.
bought
Yeah,
a goat.
But we've met all kinds of people that we have such good relationships with now that we wouldn't have even crossed paths with if
Yeah.
it weren't for our small group, right? Like
people you wouldn't normally hang
like
out
the
with.
outdoorsy couple in
Yeah.
our group. I know you know the outdoorsy couple, right? They are always outside.
Always in shorts.
They
always
don't even
moving.
own a television because they
Always
don't have
moving.
time to watch it because they got to camp or sleep in their.
Got to camp, got to sleep, got to scale something,
In a
got to move,
cave
got
or
to keep
something.
the heart rate up. You know, that kind of guy. You know, just
So he's like, I'm going to hit a yoga pose while we're talking right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
so I don't even waste this moment
always
just
moving.
standing in a normal way.
Always got water. Got to
Get a
stay
warrior-
hydrated, bro.
Get a warrior it out. Get
You
a
always use
warrior
the
it
word
out
bro.
right
Yeah,
now.
here you
If that's
go.
oh, thanks. I didn't have a hand for that. I appreciate that.
You know, a
That's
great
awesome.
new restaurant. We're
Where?
going to run.
Where?
It's 20 miles away. Let's run. Come
we
on.
could do it. We could do it. We
too much
those are not our
outdoorsy.
people.
No,
Jerry.
it's too
They're not
much.
our people. We Jerry and I are lazy people.
We are lazy.
Where's our lazy people at?
Who's
Where are our
lazy?
lazy
Lazy people?
There's a lot. Yeah.
All right.
How many of you were too lazy to even raise your hand right then? You couldn't even.
Just throw a
like,
chicken.
That's too much.
Give a chicken wing. Yeah, just
That's
plop
too
that
much,
up
yeah.
there. We're lazy.
We're lazy.
That's why we had kids. So we didn't have to get up and get stuff.
That's right. That's why we had to get it. We had to have a second one because the first one can't multitask sometimes. Sometimes you need two things at once, right?
Right.
With it, yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of couples.
We also have that couple in our small group. I know you know this couple.
Yeah.
They're the couple that makes you think they have kids,
Right.
but really, it's just dogs.
Just dogs.
Like they would say stuff to us like, "Oh, we can't come to small group tonight. We have to go home and let the kids out. They've been locked up all day."
What? You can't
I
do
feel
that.
like that's legal.
You got to crack a
Like you
window.
need
Send
Somehow a
grandma
babysitter
over.
or something.
And it's just the way they talked. You couldn't tell what they were saying, you know? We can't come to small group tonight because Billy's been rubbing his bottom on the carpet. What? What?
Get some help for that. I
That
think
doesn't make
more than
sense.
we're able
See
to
a
address here.
pediatrician or a veterinarian or something. I don't know.
I'm really excited for your new small group series. I feel like now, we've had this opportunity to get to know your church a little bit and you all. And if you were in a small group and you have a story about someone that you have befriended in small
Yes.
group, that you would never have, your lives are so different, they would not have converged except for in small group. I want to hear about it.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
find us and tell us. You can find us on Facebook. We're
Yeah.
at Barnes and Minor.
Barnes
You can
and
find
Minor.
us and tell us about your story. I
Post
love to
it.
hear those stories about who shows up and who becomes friends because of
Wow.
their small group. All right, so we're going to run out of time, but I feel like we need to do at least one song for them before
Okay.
we leave because they set up a keyboard.
Yes.
So I feel like I
That'll be
feel
good.
really bad they went to all that work and then we
And then
didn't
we
even
didn't
touch
use
it, right?
Thank you.
So I think because you mentioned communication earlier, we should do a song about communication, right? That we're talking about marriage, we're talking about being in.
That would be great, but we don't have a song about communication. Did you write a song?
I do
You
actually.
didn't tell me?
I do actually
Oh,
have
you
something
did.
that we could do. Yeah, I have, but you have to be in it because we're doing this show together. It's
I can't
it's
even
the
tell.
Barnes and Minor show today. It's not just the Amy show. So I think you have to be a part of that if we're
I'm
going to do
sweating.
it. So
I can't even tell if you're joking. Where
I'm
you
not
going?
joking. I'm going to the
You're
keyboard.
literally gonna do this?
Somebody's got to play the keyboard. Yeah.
You were supposed. Okay, what do I go?
It's going to be really easy
Do I
for
go over
you.
here?
I'm going to make it super easy. You can stand wherever you like.
What am I?
Um,
I don't even know where to go.
Just find a place and stop. Plant your feet.
And then what?
Don't
You got
move.
words for me, or is there words on the
No.
back of the screen?
Oh, that would be cool, but I didn't give them any words, so they're not going to run up there on the screen.
What am I supposed
There's
to
just
do?
a clock saying you're done. You're done. No, it's no. I will start. Okay, I'll do my part, and then when it gets to your part, I will point to you like this.
What?
I'll point, and you'll know what to do.
That is insane.
Okay, you're going to know your part. I
You
promise.
really are going to just point at me?
Yeah.
And you think I'm going to know what to do?
I know you're going to know what to do.
That's a marriage. That's a marriage. All right, so I'm stalling. I'm sorry. You want to do, what's it called? The communication song.
A communication song.
A
I don't want to say that this is the communication song. That would be really.
So you want to do a communication song
Arrogant of
that
me
we've
to say.
never talked about.
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds really bad. No, we're going to do a communication song, and it's going to be fantastic. I think they're going to love it.
You guys want to hear this?
Yes, they do.
Wow, I was expecting
Like
a
almost-
no.
almost
Let-
3 people
Let
clapped.
the woman sing. No, you really. All right, well, let's give this a shot.
Yeah.
Lee, I
then-
apologize in advance for what might take place as we attempt to communicate through song.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
I shouldn't do that into a microphone. I should know that by now. All right. Why don't you listen?
Can I just? I'm sorry. Can I?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm
wasn't-
going to be.
I wasn't really looking for feedback right away in the song. Maybe after, in a quiet moment.
Well, if I'm going to be in this,
Uh-huh.
why don't you listen is a terrible way to start a song. Literally, every guy in here went, that's going to end badly. See, they know.
I feel like they were just listening. I feel like they-
I think that this guy here, he had a vein going. Saw it by his mask. It wasn't there earlier.
Okay.
We good?
I hear you.
All right, I participated.
Here we go. Why don't you listen?
Whoa. I thought we just communicated about taking that part out. Right?
We did.
Yeah, okay.
I listened
Thank you.
to what you had to say.
Right, thank you.
And then I went ahead and did what I was going to do anyway.
All right, it's good to be part of the
Let
team.
me get to the end of the phrase. It will make more sense if you let me finish a sentence in
All
the
right,
song.
probably
I promise.
jumped in too
Yeah.
quick, but we object to that
Hasty.
part.
It was hasty. Okay, objection noted. Here we go. Why don't you listen? It makes it hard to tell you what to do.
Okay. I'm not comfortable with the direction of the song right now. I got to be honest with you. I'm not feeling the song.
Why don't you give in? I won't give up till you do.
Okay. I'm not in the song.
Let's do this my way. I know in time you'll see I'm right. We shouldn't fight this fight again, 'cause I'm gonna win. I just need to hear you say it won't take long. If you could lay aside your pride and admit your, help me ladies, wrong.
How do you know the song?
They're married, honey. They all know this song.
It's just weird.
All right, it's your part.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I can't hear you. I wasn't even listening. I was thinking about football. How the Seahawks look pretty good, and they're playing the Cowboys. Ooh, fun game. Sorry for your loss. Book, 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 book. Go, 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 go.
I told you he'd know his part. You know the rules now.
I don't.
Can't go to sleep if there's a fight. And I've had my coffee. I'm prepared to stay up all night until you admit I'm...
Wow.
Thanks for finishing that up for us there.
God bless you. Thanks for having
That
us
was
here.
really
We hope to
nice.
see you guys again. One more time for Amy. Let her hear it. One more time for
Jerry
Amy.
Liner, everybody. God bless
Thank
you all.
God bless you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, if you haven't had a chance, please take out your communication card, fill out your name and your info, and then please share your prayer requests on the back. And if you're joining with us online, you can go to bearvalleychurch.com/connect. I want to talk about something very important, and that is discipleship and our relationship with God and each other. And during this time of isolation, it is so important that we are rooted in the scriptures and meeting together, whether that's virtually or in a small group in person. So I hope you'll join us for a life group starting in October. We have a brand new study and it's called Starting Over. It's about what to do when everything falls apart. When we start over, how do we make sure that we make the right decisions and not the same mistakes over and over? So this is a 4-week study. Our whole church is doing it, and we would love for you to jump in with us. These study guides are $7, and videos are available on YouTube, so you can just watch them online. And you can do this at home with your family, or you can come up to church and meet with a group in person, or like several groups that met over the summer, we dialed in on Zoom at 9 p.m. after the kids were in bed. So you can figure out any time you want to do this and connect with a group. We've got life group signups in the Commons, and we also have them online at bearvalleychurch.com/lifegroups, and you can click to find a life group and find something that fits you. And if you want to start your own group, you can email me at julia@bearvalleychurch.com. We really hope that everyone can connect this way for just 4 weeks, and then you can continue meeting if you're able to do so. We are so thankful for our healthcare heroes. You all are out there on the front lines, serving every day, risking it all. And we want to pray for you and to encourage you and to lift you up. So if you work in healthcare, no matter what you do, I would love for you to email me. And I need a picture and your job title. And I will put it on our prayer wall so that we can all pray for you and also give you a special gift. And we want to be sure that you all know that our children's programming and youth programming is meeting again on Sundays during the 11:15 service. You can register online for your babies up to elementary at bearvalleykids.com, and you can just show up to youth out in the pavilion. Be sure you're following us online so you can stay up to date with all the things going on in our church. And next week we are starting a new series called Dear God, and we hope to see you there. Bye.
All right. Well, we're so Excited to have you all here this week. Let's give the team one more round of applause. Wasn't that great today? So excited to have them. Let's all stand together as we sing one more song and end the service. Who breaks the power of sin and darkness, whose love is mighty and so much stronger, the King of glory, the King above all kings, who shakes the whole earth with holy thunder and leaves us breathless in awe and wonder, the King of glory, the King above all kings. This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross. You laid down your life, that I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Who brings our chaos back into order? Who makes the orphan a son and daughter? The King of glory, the King of glory, who rules the nations with truth and justice, shines like the sun in all of its billions. The King of glory, the King above all kings. This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross. You laid down your life, that I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Community Church. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. So worthy, worthy, worthy. This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross. You laid down your life, that I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Thanks for joining us this week. Have a great rest of the day.